with Effie here. I worked on my truck. I got half of my roof shined up on my truck. It's looking half shined up. Well, it's more than half. More than half the sunroof and half of the windshield, the whole hood. Working my ass off to get that going, man. You know, it's going to take days, like I said, maybe even weeks to get it all done. But when I am done, that truck is going to look like fucking Darth Vader's helmet. That's why I call it Darth Vader. It's going to be bad as fuck again. Then I'm going to need to put tires on it. And I might just put my old tires on, the originals, and drive with those for a while. Teresa, David, Gio, Jessica, FK, Nicholas, Kepper. Hello, everybody. Wow, 31 people just like that, man. Hi, guys. Hey, man. Let's click on the clock and get our nice clock here. Usually if we just click on that, it'll bring up the other clock. Maybe it's a double click. There it is. I think it's crazy they're destroying the General Lee car from Dukes of Hazzard. What? Now that's a disgrace. Hope you don't mind, but we've named a strain after you. Jiggles, thank you. What'd you call it? I'm not for censorship, but they don't have to destroy this stuff already. Hey, Hash. The Sand Blast. How does that have to name after me, Jiggles? How does that have anything to do with me? Sand Blast. What? It's not named after me. I got all excited there for a second. Fuck that flag, says Dan. Way to go, Dan. Who owns the car is taking the face of it. Owns the car is taking the face of it. Pawpaw, hey. Hey, got a flat on my heavy Chevy yesterday. Luckily, I got it back home. Tires are $240 a tire. Sand blasting stupidity. What? The show sandblasts the psych among other things. Okay. Yeah, that people will when they hear of sandblast, they'll really think of trendy ass dabbers. Thanks, Jiggles. Jiggles, a cannabis strain name shouldn't come with a disclaimer or an explanation. You know, it should just be in the name. If you want to support me by naming something after me, then have my fucking name in it. You know? Sandblast has nothing to do with trendy ass dabbers, and nobody's gonna know what that means. That's just, it's not representative of trendy ass dabbers or my movement or my show in the least bit, Jiggles. Certainly you must be smart enough to know that. You know, hey Jiggles, I'm gonna name this phone after you. I'm gonna call it Superstar. Everyone will know it has to do with you, Jiggles, though, because you're a superstar on my live stream. Superstar. Thanks. You're welcome. Don't need to thank me, bro. You're welcome. Now, everybody, this is called Superstar, and you'll all have to know the disclaimer that Superstar is Jiggles because Jiggles is a superstar on my live stream. Okay? Superstar. Now, you see how fucking stupid that is, Jiggles? You know, I appreciate the sentiment. I do. I just wish, you know, you maybe actually thought of me while you were doing it. Civil War themed rodeo. Oh, get the fuck out of here with no Confederate flag? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I like the name Jiggles, says Amy. Richard. Hi, Richard. Kepper. Toothbrushing. Bye. Trendy ass dabbers. Jiggles. Yes, they will bet on it. Jiggles, you're not listening to me at all. You're not listening to me at all. Hello? Yes. Hey, how's it going? Good. I'm just getting these phosphorus lines whenever I wash my truck. And, you know, these little water circles all over my truck. And I have to use this heavy cleaner to clean it off. I'm just wondering if you guys sell some kind of a water filtration system that takes phosphorus out of the water. Yeah, it could absolutely, absolutely could be calcium. You know, the reason why I know it's got some phosphorus too is because I put it in my pond, and my fish got sick. And I did a little research. I did some testing. It was high in phosphorus, so I had to put plants in there to eat the phosphorus. So that's why I figured it was that. But yeah, calcium too, because it's a well. Yeah. Yeah, I had one of those done a while back. It came back almost clean. No, I believe it was. I believe it was U.S. Plumbing did it. I believe. American Plumbing. American. Yeah. No, the report. No, no, it was no. How expensive are those? Oh, just for that. I'll um I'll contact American and see if they still have it on file. I doubt they will, but okay, because there's a bunch of different kinds of filtration systems, huh? And you gotta like, yeah, okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much. I'll call you back if I get any more information. All right, bye bye, dude. $525 for a fucking test of my water? Are you kidding me? Hey now. What the fuck? They're out of business? What the fuck? They changed their fucking phone number? Whatever. Ha ha, you got kicked off my live stream for a change. How much you want to bet they'll show up with $10? Right. But it says the number's disconnected, man. I don't understand what the fuck happened to their phone number. Okay, here's a different number. Huh. What the fuck happened to them, man? It says they're open right now, but their phone is totally not working. Hey, Ronnie, let me put it to you this way. Let's say you've got a black friend, okay? And your black friend invites you over for dinner with his family, and they're all African Americans, right? Do you show up at your African American friend's house wearing a jacket with the stars and bars on it, or what is it called? The Confederate flag? Not the stars and bars. They have a name for that, right? Would you go to their house wearing that jacket? And Jeffrey, I'm not asking you in particularly because I have no idea where you reside on this, but it's as if, right? You did? Would you? Of course you would not. Nobody would do that. Why? Because it's offensive. Because the Confederate flag has a lot of history behind it, a lot of negative hate, right? Like a swastika. Very similar. Different country, same sentiment. Let's kill people. Let's enslave people. Not a good vibe, right? Well, if it's not appropriate to wear over to a family, a black family for dinner to their home, then why would it be appropriate to put it on cars and run it around a national track for the whole world to watch on television? What's the difference between wearing it on your sleeve and going into their home and having it on a race car track or on a car? Right? I figured you'd agree with me. There's the problem with me is I have a very basic way of summing things up and rationalizing things, and people, I'm not saying you're trying to argue with me at all, but people in general will not be able to argue that argument. That argument is there's no argument for it because it's true. Yes, a family of African Americans would definitely find that flag offensive. You wouldn't wear it to their home if they invited you over for dinner. Why the fuck is it okay for NASCAR to put it on cars? Stars and bars, Southern Cross, Dixie, and the Rebel flag. Thank you, Billy, for clarifying that. Thank you. Thank you. Good conversation. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is for all. It was just 420 in Newfoundland, guys. Cheers. Hey, don't be mad at me because your opinion might differ from me. If your opinion is different than me, you can state it, but I'm probably not going to agree with you. I'm probably going to end up calling you a racist. But, you're going to have to come to terms with that if you're going to want to have that conversation with me. You're going to have to come to terms with your own racism. I've got a friend back in Orlando. Love him like a brother. He'd kill you if you did something to me, and I'd kill you if you did something to him. He's a fantastic person, and he's very loyal. But he has got history with the Confederate. His grandfather was a Confederate soldier. His great-grandfather was. And, his whole family is basically basted in that racism. And he can't see through it. I love him like a brother, but he just can't see through it. And I can't take his hand and pull him out of it. I've tried. Maybe one day he'll watch one of these shows and it'll start sinking in for him. Maybe when NASCAR bans this flag, people start realizing, hey, that is offensive. I wouldn't wear that over to my black friend's family's home. I wouldn't wear that flag. I wouldn't put it on my car and drive around. A lot of people would, but they wouldn't do it through the wrong neighborhood. I guarantee you, they wouldn't make it out alive. Why? Because there's a lot of history and there's a lot of hate behind that symbol. You can't just erase it, you can't just make it go away. You can't just take the good without the bad. All right. Jiggles, I'm blocking you from my live stream. You're a fucking idiot. Just get the fuck out of here. Again, Jiggles, just shut the fuck up. You know, if you wanted to name a strain after me, you could have called it Trendy Nay. You could have called it Nay's Haze. You could have called it Trendy as Dabbers. You know, you could have called it so many different fucking things. But you decided to just show everybody on here that you're an ignorant asshole. And go take your fucking sandblaster, dude, and go, you know, enjoy the rest of your life far, far, far the fuck away from me. Because you're an idiot. Because you can't do this. I want people who can do this. Oh, it's not on the cars. It's spectators flying them at races. Thank you for clarifying that, Daryl Smith. That's what they're banning. I gotcha. It's not on the cars. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, same thing with the MAGA hat. Hey, man, you know what? The MAGA hat is a whole other discussion. Can love his grandfather, appreciate his service, and still think that what they fought over is wrong. It's not mutually exclusive. Still think what they fought over is wrong. It's not. Right, Desiree, I agree with what you said. You can love your family, even though they made mistakes. They fought for slavery. You know, they were embroiled. They were surrounded and completely engulfed in it, in hate and steeped in racism. What do you expect? You know, people are weak. White supremacy protests they try to start and how the police will defend their asses. Sean. Smoking Lemon OG Kush. Do you think it's okay to put Black Lives Matter on the cars and run them on the track? Black Lives Matter? Certainly I do. Certainly I do, Jeffrey. Sure. See, because Black Lives Matter isn't steeped in hate. It's not a racist term. If you know the history behind Black Lives Matter, it's a movement started to try to point out police brutality. Now, if you'll notice right here, I've also tried to point out police brutality. So I support Black Lives Matter, right? A lot of people in your area support or sport the Confederate flag, but you definitely would not. Yeah, it's, you know, indoctrination is real, says Kepper. It is a hard topic, but I don't mind discussing this one at all. I don't mind, because I know how I feel about it. And, yeah, I want other people to understand how, especially people who fly the Confederate flag, I want them to come in here and hear somebody's opinion. Hey, man, I'm a red-blooded American. I love my guns. You know, I love my freedom and I love my guns. I drive a fucking Chevrolet. And just to understand that the one thing I don't support is hatred. It's just blatant racism. And that flag, you know, I used to love the Dukes of Hazzard. I still love the General Lee. But that flag, it's got hate behind it. And even though you can love the General Lee and wish you had one, I probably wouldn't be so fucking crazy about having a goddamn Confederate flag on it. You know? I wouldn't be cool with that. And I understand it's iconic. It's an iconic symbol of of many of our childhoods. But understand this. We were wrong. You know, slavery was an iconic part of many people's childhood. They grew up with slaves singing them songs and taking them outside and babysitting them. Slaves. Did that make it okay? No. The same way it doesn't make the General Lee okay and the Confederate flag okay. It's not okay. And you just have to be able to see beyond the glory of it, beyond the sexiness of it, because it is sexy as fuck. There's nothing sexier than Daisy Duke fucking spread eagle on the goddamn General Lee on top of that goddamn Confederate flag. It's fucking sexy. She's fucking hot. And that's how we got indoctrinated. That's how we thought that we loved the Confederate flag, because look at that ass, you know? Look at them ass cheeks hanging out of them shorts. It wasn't intentional. They were just trying to do a TV show, you know, Southern based. And the Confederate flag back then, it was way more popular. But it's true, man. You know, African Americans today have louder voices, and we should all be listening to them. That's offensive as fuck. That flag is offensive, and it doesn't need to be in our in our regular daily lives anymore. I could say goodbye to the General Lee. I can say goodbye to, I know it hurts. I know a lot of you aren't going to like this. I could say goodbye to the Dukes of Hazzard. You know, I'm sorry to the actors and actresses and producers and writers and directors and everyone and the extras and everyone who took part, even the mechanics and everyone who took part in that production. My apologies, my deepest sympathies go out to you. I cannot support your television show. You based it around a symbol of hate. You didn't know what you were doing back then, and it definitely wasn't done on purpose. But in today's world, we're all just a lot more aware. We're smarter. And, you know, you want to say we're more PC? That's fine. We are. We are more PC. We're more politically correct today than we were back in the 80s, you know? Right, Desiree? I grew up with a Confederate flag in my yard. Right. Right. Right, Jessica. How is it offensive? Don't hate, educate. Blows me. We can't change yesterday, but we can do something better today. I think it was racist. It was so anti-government. We never thought of it that way. Right, right. It was just it's like the Republican Party is say it's anti-government, but also says that women don't have a right to choose. So how are you gonna decide? Oh, they say, hey, it's okay to have guns. I like that. But if you're gay, then we don't have to bake you a wedding cake. I got a problem with that. You know, and like Billy says, it did have something that people could cling to. Sorry to use Obama's term. That was, in line with their non-racist anti-government sentiment. Absolutely. However, slavery is stapled right on the fucking forehead of it, man, and you can't unstaple slavery from the Confederate flag. You just can't do it. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't for all. It's top of the hour. Everybody smoke along with me, I hope. Cheers. Thank you, Karsten. And the Confederate flag should always bring up slavery. That was part of the Confederation. That was the reason why they were fighting. They were taking their slavery away. They didn't want that. They were willing to fight to keep their slaves. That's what that was about. And you just can't unspin that top, So some of the things we love, we have to let go. Now, if there's one thing you'll learn in life, some of the things you love in life, you got to let go of. And it applies to many things, man, not just a flag or a concept or a way of thinking, or a political ideal. But sometimes it's a loved one. Sometimes it's somebody that's addicted to drugs. Sometimes it's an animal, that's gotten out of control or has gotten rabid, Sometimes it's an old car of yours that won't run anymore and you can't afford to get it fixed. Right. For 76 years, slavery was practiced under the American flag. That's right, Daryl. And that's why I say, Daryl, it's great point That's why I say fuck all flags, not just the Confederate flag. I hate the American flag just as much as I hate the Confederate flag. I do. I don't think it should be at sporting events. I don't think it should be on NASCARs. I don't think it should be on shoulders, sleeves. I fucking hate that flag. I hate all flags. So understand, you're preaching to the choir, Russell, when you say, or not Russell, I'm sorry, you're preaching to the choir, Daryl, when you say 76 years of slavery that was driven underneath the stars and stripes, the American flag, or the red, white, and blue. And fuck all flags. That flag was responsible for murder and enslaving people. And today it stands for, the people that we hate the most in government, they wear it as high as they can on their lapels. All of those fucking pricks in the government, they wear that American flag. That should sicken you. That flag should make you want to puke right on it. Right on their fucking American flag, right on their lapel. They don't stand for this country. They don't stand for the people. And that flag that they wear, it doesn't stand for you either. It doesn't represent you. The people represent the people. You represent you. In fact, you need to represent yourself. That's why I beg you guys to start growing your own vegetables. You need to feed yourself. You need to represent yourself. And you need to forget more about politics than you'd like to, I'm sure. There's a lot of people out there who feel like, I got to vote for this guy, I got to vote for that guy. Which party are you going to do? Don't come to me with your political questions anymore. You are the kitty's titties. I love you. Daryl, thanks. How I'm doomed. My birthplace country flag have Islamic symbol on it. My mother's land's country flag, crusade cross on it. Fuck all flags, hash. You're funny. I think everything has just went too far. I mean, that's 2 O's, Jeffrey. I mean, Elmer Fudd, the cartoon, and many others are being pulled because they had a gun. Well, that I'm against. Jeffrey, I'm against that. Because I'm a supporter of guns. So, you want to say that a gun is a symbol of hate? Then why does every police officer in the United States have one, wear one? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Every soldier in the military that we revere, every soldier that we thank for their service. Thank you for your service, all service members who have served in the United States military, and for service members who've served in every military in every country. Thank all of you for your service. You're all wearing guns. I mean, you're gonna turn off cartoons that show guns? Oh, it's terrible. Never trust a guy who wraps himself in the flag, says Kepper. There is enslavement going on today in Syria of African people, but not too much is heard of it. Yes, Pawpaw, that is true. Desiree, how do you feel about Trump having his first official rally in Tulsa on Juneteenth? Not sure if you know the history of Tulsa and what happened or what Juneteenth is. I am aware of Juneteenth, and that was the slaughter, correct? Juneteenth, the slaughter of African Americans was it Chicago? Is that what that was? According to the cartoon artist, it had nothing to do with being against guns, more to do with the lack of gags being made with guns because they were already all done in the past. Huh, I don't know, Russell. How do I feel about Trump having his first official rally in Tulsa on Juneteenth? Well, Trump's a horrible racist. You've got the guy setting up everything for him, whose name I suddenly can't remember. He's just he's slimy. He's really, you just want to end some of these people. But this guy, he is he's a white nationalist, and he's probably the one that set that up for Trump. Hello? Yes.
Do you have a Medicare, sir, or Medicaid?
Okay. So
Yes.
what do I need to
Do you?
what do I need what is it exactly that you're doing?
We're just verifying, sir, if you have a Medicare or a Medicaid for you to receive your extra benefits this 2010.
How do I get the extra benefits?
I got a specialist on the other line. He will be the one discuss you more and explain to you everything about the extra benefits you can receive, okay?
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on.
All right. Wearing headphones.
Medicare team member will be with
If you're
you
wearing headphones,
momentarily.
take them off.
Thanks
Hold
for
them.
waiting. My name is Joe with Quote Advantage. I understand you are interested on a Medicare Advantage plan, that you are currently on Medicare Parts A and B or Medicaid, is that correct?
I am very much. Fuck you! I got to the inner circle. I got to the fucking second tier, man. I made it up to the second tier. I never make it to the second tier. Oh. Stephen Miller! Stephen running, Stephen Miller, Stephen running, Stephen Miller. Yeah, Stephen Miller is the white nationalist that works for Donald. He's the advisor, works for Donald Trump, and he's probably the one that sets up all of these white nationalist, type events. It's a, it's a shout out to his base. The most staunchest Republicans are indeed racists, and this pleases the base, so to speak. And Stephen Miller knows this. This is why they do shit like that. What I do, Billy Lowell, that was great though. Wow, I've let them on. Glad I'm not the only one who does that. Lowell, says Billy. All right, happy 710. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism, tism for all. Cheers, everybody. We should play nothing but Stephen Miller songs now. Do 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 do. Tick tock tick. Wow. Tick tock tick. Do 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 do. Tick tock tick. Wow. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Tick tock tick. Do do do. Tock tick. Wow. Tick. Hello. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Is that shader 4?
Rogie. Rogie.
Oh, we're live still. That's right. What's up, guys?
Hi, Rogie.
So Mark showed up, guys. I'm so sorry about that. And I was on the phone with tech support down there, and we got everything straightened out. You guys know that, but Mark pulled up, so you know, Rogan loves Mark. He hasn't seen him in a couple weeks, so him and I are talking, and he said he had to run out of here and he had something to do, but I said, come up and say hi to Rogan really fast before you go, man. Rogan would just be so happy to see him. Big head, so happy. He loved that gravy train you gave him. Loved it. It's like more of that.
Oh, Rogie. Let's go get that ball. Let's go get that ball. Let's go get that ball. Let's get this ball.
Has he gotten any bigger since you've seen him?
Bigger.
A little thicker? I think he still weighs 53. I haven't weighed him actually in a while. He's been so good. He's been such a great little doggy. Hey Jason, I had a great time earlier watching you spraying. I learned some great knowledge from my girl. Right on, Eddie. That's good. Hey man, it's bottom of the hour. Let's smoke. You need a bong hit? No. Are you going back to Lido's?
Later when I get back, I run down to Discord.
Okay. Because I'll give you a little jar with,
Just a THC oil.
yeah, and then she can take whatever oil she wants
Okay,
and
okay.
warm it up
Yeah.
with a hair dryer.
Okay.
Warm the THC oil up with a hair dryer
Yes.
and just mix it up in there and she'll have it.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? Is it for pain? Is it for like muscle pain?
Yeah, for our skin or something, pain or something.
Okay, okay. When and why did they ban the Southern flag? Did you hear NASCAR ban the Confederate flag? So people were flying the Confederate flag out on their RVs and shit up in the stands. NASCAR banned it. So people can't fly the Confederate flag anymore at NASCAR events. And we were talking about it on the live show today.
Why did they abandon it?
One of the drivers complained
Oh.
and requested that they stop doing it. And so they agreed with the driver, and it'll be interesting to see the backlash. Very interesting to see Donald Trump chime in. It's going to be, this all just happened within, I just got the news. I checked in 2 hours ago, and I was like, whoa, I was like, I'm going live with that shit. I'm like, I'm talking about that. Oh my goodness gracious. Fucking A, I'm talking about that on my live stream. All right, no law regarding cannabis, bottom of the hour. Cannabisism is for all. Look at how much fun Rogan's having over there. Ah, Rogan's having so much fun. He's such a good boy. Cheers, guys.
Okay, I'll be back. I'll get that in a little bit, okay? I gotta go get something to eat.
Yeah, don't let him out. Rogan, come here, buddy. Rogan, come here, buddy. Rogan, come here, buddy. Jacob Fisher says there's nothing racist about that flag at all. Oh, I love that. Jacob, you're so delusional. Jacob, you're fucking delusional. Jacob, let me ask you a question, okay? I posed this to the audience earlier in the show today, all right? I'm going to ask it to you. All right. You have a black friend, okay? And your black friend says, hey, my family's having dinner tonight, all African American family. You know, let's say there's going to be 15 family members there, grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunts, cousins, big event. And Jacob Fisher, they're inviting you to the dinner because you're friends with, you know, the son or whatever. Do you think it would be appropriate for you to go to that dinner wearing a jacket with a big Confederate flag on the back and Confederate flags on the sleeves, and wear a Confederate bandana and have a fucking Confederate scarf, or maybe wear a three-piece suit with a Confederate tie to that family function? Do you think that they might be offended by that at all? Do you think that that African American family might be offended by that at all? By that symbol? And would you maybe choose to not wear it on that specific occasion because you're like, you know, they're inviting me over for dinner. The least I can do is not wear a symbol that has been related to hate against African Americans for over a century in this country. Wouldn't you like not wear that jacket? Wouldn't you wear something else? Wouldn't you not wear that fucking bandana or that tie, you know, or that three-piece suit that's got the, I'm sure you probably got a three-piece suit that you go to formal events with, and it's probably, you know, all big Confederate flag, right? I could just see you doing that. Hey, Kevin. So, the white kid, you got it already, Jacob? That was it? I'm done talking to you? You got it already? So that was my point, was if it's not appropriate, they might be offended, but didn't the blacks fight on our side in that war? That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, the flag has a lot of history and hate, racism that goes along with it. Okay, it symbolizes many things. And like my friend Billy Valentine said, is that for some people it symbolizes being anti-government or against the federal government. But, you know, unfortunately, it also has other negative connotations that people, various people, myself included, find disgusting. So, if it's not appropriate to wear to someone's home when they invite you over for dinner, why would it be appropriate to fly it at a sporting event where they, after they eat dinner, they turn on TV and want to watch a sporting event and they're being subjected to people in the audience flying Confederate flags? Wouldn't it be, it's in their home. It's just as offensive, right? Or what if they want to go to that sporting event? Wouldn't they feel uncomfortable? The people might actually agree with some of the negative things that flag stands for, like enslaving African Americans, you know, and taking their rights away from them. Or, you know, like this son of a bitch that was posing with his knee on the neck of an effigy while people were marching by his home. The guy was a parole officer or something like that. And you're just like, the ignorance is just, I can't believe, and I got to give credit to the crowd there for not going and stomping that guy in his front yard. Kudos to them for showing that they're the bigger people there, that they're the adults in the room. Yo, what's up there, Elizabeth Stevens? How are you? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you forever. Baby vamp. Baby vamp. Baby vamp. Baby vamp. Why don't you ever come to the show, baby vamp? Baby vamp. Baby vamp. Baby vamp. Glad he got fired. Oh, did he get fired from his job? Well, he should get fired from his job. And so should anybody else that was standing in the yard with him, supporting him, doing that. You know, just like the police should be charged with murder that stood by and let that man die. Same thing, guilt by association. Have you seen the stupid George Floyd challenge? It sickens me. No, Eddie, I haven't seen the challenge. No. No, this is the first I've heard of that. And I'm sorry that you're being subjected to something so stupid and counterproductive. You know, we're trying to get something done here, folks. We're trying to get police to stop killing people. I've been trying since 2014. You know, we had a personal friend of ours, okay? Let me tell you. My friend Robert Mulligan, okay, and I, we had a friend. The police busted through their front door. They shot concussion grenades through the window and landed. The dog saw it and thought it was like a ball and went to go grab it, and it exploded and hurt the dog. You know, that was years ago. Robert Mulligan would be able to tell you what year that was, but that was when I lived in Orlando. And from that moment, we knew the police were over militarized. We're not saying defund them, but hey, man, there was no need for them to go into my Rastafari friend's home like that, who's very peaceful and very sweet, and him and his wife and their dogs, very sweet people and pets. And there was no need for the pigs to go in there and do that shit. And so we were exposed to that years ago. And I've been, you know, wanting to rein in the pigs for years. You know, and they need to be reined in. I'm not saying defund them. I'm just saying they need to be fucking reined in. And this is the reins right here. These are the reins, and it's only 4 paragraphs. You can see them right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, there's an introduction, and there's a very last sentence here. It says, shall be enacted, whatever. 1, 2, yeah, shall go into effect 30 days of its passing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, Eddie, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, David C. Baker Jr. David C. Baker Jr. Hey, look, big-headed puppy dog. Big-headed puppy. Beezle. 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 Rogan. 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 Beezle. Beezle ignores his daddy all day. Rogan ignores his daddy all day. Beezle ignores his daddy all day. Rogan ignores his daddy all day. Beezle ignores his daddy all day. Rogan ignores his daddy all day unless he says cookie. Oh, he continues. Oh, oh, that was such a fucking crazy delayed reaction. Oh my God. That was great. Oh, what? Did you guys laugh at that? Hey, it's almost quarter of the hour. Cannabis is for all. Hey, look at this. Oh, look at this. Respect human life is very so, at least for anybody with a heart, right? Right, Baby Vamp? Baby Vamp, why don't you type in Macy's name? Amarisi, can you type in Amarisi's name into Facebook and see if she shows up? Wouldn't that be awesome? Because I haven't seen either of you in so long. It is Newfoundland time. Nay, have you decided on a sponsor for the bill yet? A sponsor? What do you mean? What do you mean by sponsor? I was told there's already a bill very similar to mine going through right now. You know, my point is this. If it's already going through, great. I don't need credit. I just need people to see that I came up with this shit back in 2014. That's all. You know, if you've been watching me, then you know that I am ahead, 6 years ahead of humanity. That might give you pause about when I tell you 2178, because I'm right about all this shit. You're ahead of your time, says Eddie. I like to think that. I don't flush my plants. I'm ahead of my time. I recondition my soil. I use the same soil over and over again. I'm ahead of my time. See if she could pop in. Yeah, message her. Thank you. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism, tisms for all. Quarter of the hour. Cheers, guys. God, you get Nisi here. That'd be awesome. The Pot Brothers at all? That lot? No, Eddie, I haven't checked them out yet. I've got so much going on in my personal life, bro. I'm sorry. I'm running around this house like crazy doing shit right now. So busy. No time for fucking anything. Oh, a local representative? Yeah, I sent those bills off to both senators of the state of California, and they both sent me letters back saying, "Thank you for your response, even though we don't have time to respond to what everybody says." Blah 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 blah. It was all form letter, from both of them. But like I said, the bill is already supposedly being proposed. Somebody was in here the other day, yesterday, maybe Easter. I like Easter. It's a good day. We'll all be out and the pews will be filled with the Christians. And they will all be worshiping their Savior, me, Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Yeah, I'm trying to fucking wax my truck, bro. It's taking me forever to do that. It really is. But it's looking so good. I'm looking at it right now and I'm going, yeehaw. Yeehaw. It's gonna be nice to have a brand new freaking truck again, have that windshield all clear. Oh man, the glass is crystal clear again. Oh my god. The sunroof crystal clear. So I had some kind of a fucking water test done over here, man. I don't want to spend $525. I have it done all over again. Jesus fucking Christ. I got lots of money, but I don't want to spend $525, $550 on water test. Bought a buffer. Yeah, I know. I'm not just waxing it. Nicholas, I'm not just waxing it, man. I've got to get into crevices and shit where there's these water spots, man. And the buffer's going to leave swirl marks. And I don't want swirl marks, man. So, the stuff I'm using is really abrasive. 7 out of 10 abrasiveness on the McGuire scale. Gallon jars. Compound. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is like compound what I'm using, right? Yeah, that's right. Waxing ain't shit. Dude, it's rubbing, the fucking rubbing compound is what I'm working with, bro. That's exactly what I'm using. It's called McGuire's. It's 420 in Newfoundland, everybody. Cannabis isn't tis for all. Cheers. No law regarding cannabis. McGuire's professional line. I'll think of it in a second. It's for the buffing pads, but I'm doing it by hand. I can't remember the line. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is cheer. Oh, said all that. Cheers, guys. Medium cut number 1. Yup, that sounds right. What's the name of the line, Nicholas? McGuire's something. It's 2 words. Microfiber, a couple of microfibers, bro. You use one for the I'm using a sock to apply it, and I'm using microfibers to wipe it off. Bro, my truck looks so good. And then I'm putting yellow wax, McGuire's yellow wax on top. That's right, David Sabica Jr. That's funny. I'm trying to remember what that fucking line from McGuire's is called. Man, I should have got the goddamn ultra cut shit to do the windshields with. You know, so I'm not rubbing so much. I didn't even think about that. I should buy some right now. You know, I'll find out that line from McGuire's right now as I do this, because I just bought some. Okay. Oh, it's called Mirror Glaze. The line is called McGuire's Mirror Glaze. And I'm gonna get the heavy cut shit for my windows, bro. I'll even use it. I'll use it on the home windows too. I bet you it'll work. So, because my home windows have that shit from the rain. Let me see. Just look for the red line to be. It's going to be the mirror glaze line. I'm just going to get that heaviest cut mirror glaze. This says okay. MEGUIARS heavy cut mirror glaze. All right, let me see what I can find. Oh, you might have some Jack Harrow, really. Oh, look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Diamond cut. 1 gallon. Look at this shit. $50. Ultra cut. There's diamond cut. There's ultra cut. There's speed compound. You know, one of these would be so good on my glass. I'm thinking the diamond cut. Should I get the diamond cut? Ultra cut. I mean, they're all Ultra Pro speeds $91. That's $80. The diamond cut's only $50 for a gallon. So is the diamond not as good? The diamond number is 85. Then the mirror glaze ultra cut is 105. I see, 105. And then this Ultra Pro Speed Compound is 110. It's more expensive. I see what's going on here. So the more expensive ones cut more. But for me, I've got a lot of glass to do. So I don't mind spending a little bit extra money to get that stuff that's stronger, that's got a little bit more grit in it, because I'm going to just be doing it on glass. I'm not worried about scratching glass. I just want to take that fucking that water spots off as quick as I can. You know? I've used razor blades to do it before, but I'd rather use this stuff. And I've got the Cadillac to do as well. This one, the shipping takes a while. It's going to take a while for it to get here. The other ones get here a little bit faster, but I don't mind. I'll just wait for it. It'll get here when it gets here, and I'll be happy. So, I'm getting the strongest one. It's, for $12 more, I can get it a day early. Oh, that's weird. Standard or economy? Yeah, how about that? Press Ada. What's up? What's up, bees? What's up, business? Huh? What you doing, business? What's the business? I should take him outside. All right. Autumn and Praise. All right, I'm out of here. Yeah, man, dude, my truck is looking so shiny. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that part of my roof I haven't done yet, guys. Look at the part of the roof of that truck I haven't done yet. Oh my god, that thing's gonna be so fucking bad. And I haven't yellow waxed that the shiny part yet either. It's got to be yellow waxed on that side. Might as well go outside and do it right now if I have the energy to. Thanks. Wait till I get new tires on it. I got my new tires. I just need to have them put on. Got to load up the rims and the tires in the bed of the truck and take them down to the tire place. Have them remounted and then put back on the truck. I'll have brand new tires on it. Brand new tires, brand new fucking. I'll have it all finished out. It'll look beautiful, and then hopefully I'll get a water conditioner. Figure out what I got to do to take care of that. A guy wanted to charge me $500 for, you know, he's like, you got all kinds of different water, you know, it could be anything. You got to get the right kind of filtration depending on what your water's. Man, what can't I just get like soft water? Wouldn't that just handle it? Wouldn't I not have water spots if I got soft water? Salt, if I just got a salt machine and put bags of salt in it. I don't know. Do they sell that on Amazon, water softener salt? Yeah. 50-pound bag of salt for your water softener. $33. I wonder how long that'll last you. $50-pound bag for $34. They got different ones. I want to read the reviews on the salt. I want to read the goddamn reviews on the goddamn salt. What are people saying about it? This is a ripoff. Why are they so much? I can get 120 pounds for only $20. Any explanation? The guy who sells it, he says, I agree. So they're paying way too much for salt on Amazon. I guess that's the shipping, right? Home Depot sells the same bag for $7. Total solution for your whole house needs water system. I'm out of here, guys. Hope you guys had fun. Bye, guys. Bye, y'all.